if you're cool like me, you watch anime. And if you watch anime, then you've watched Solo Leveling. And you've oft thought to yourself, what is the equivalent for leveling up like Sung Jin Woo does, but in real life? Because obviously we can't just do push-ups and sit-ups and run 10 kilometers and have no AC and just become super strong. Not in real life. So what can we level up in real life? And there's lots of things you can level up. You can level up your physical health. You can level up your relationships. But what I think about, and maybe I'm just cooked, maybe this is just investor, money brain, YouTuber, whateverness. But when I think about what can you level up, I think about money. You can gain money. You can lose money. So unlike solo leveling, your level could go down, right? But I think about money and its potential to serve you and give you independence and freedom and power. And then I think about money and its potential for you to lose it and to kind of be like a slave to it. And so I'm going to go over a couple of the basics very quickly, and then we're going to get into magic. So first off, basics of money. You can go into debt. You can go into negative money, and that negative money has associated interest with it that you will just perpetually lose money. So if you spend $1,000 on a credit card, you decide not to pay it, you're going to owe $1,300 at the end of the year. Plus probably a lot of fees and stuff from not paying. So that's the negative side of money, is debt. Now the positive side of money is the interest that comes from investments. If you take $1,000 and you invest it in government treasury bonds and you get 3-4%, let's just say 4%, then that $1,000 by the end of the year is $1,040, which isn't that exciting. But you can imagine if you had $1 million by the end of the year, you'd have $1,040,000. And if you had $5 million by the end of the year, you'd have $5,200,000. And if you had $5 million with 4% interest, the question is, could you live off of $200,000 a year? I know there's taxes and things, but think to yourself, could I live off of $200,000 a year? And hopefully the answer is yes, or you live somewhere that's quite expensive, or have a lifestyle that's or you have a lot more fun than I do, but $200,000 a year. And so you can get this point hypothetically, like whatever your number is. There's some math behind it. We're not going to go over the specifics, but there's a number of money that once you get and you invest it in some of the safest, lowest return investments, you're guaranteed to basically not have to work, right? You don't have to worry about money ever again. Very cool. So let's talk about magic. Is magic a great investment? I think so. Is it a great primary investment? No, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend taking the money out of your 401k and putting it into Magic the Gathering just because of risk. The stock market's been around for 100 whatever years, and it's a game that lots of people are familiar with and lots of people play. Magic the Gathering has been around for 30 years, and it's also a game that people play with and are familiar with. But there is a lot of sporadicness in the Magic markets. We're going to talk about 2024 and 2025 primarily. But if we go back in time and just like think about these year-over-year return differences, if you invested in 2020, your year-over-year return is 7%. 2021, it's 4%. 2022, it's 7%. 2023, it's 41%. 2024, it's 47%. And 2025, it's 23%. So what's the point? The point is that there's this high variance in how Magic performs. And I don't think we understand it yet. I mean, I certainly don't. If you do, hit me up. My email's below. I would love to learn from you the secrets of how Magic investing works. But there's a lot of variance here. There's a lot of risk. And so I think of Magic investing as a fun thing, not I'm going to retire off of this thing. And in this examples and this breakdown that I'm going to do, you'll understand and you'll see more of that. So what are we doing here today? Today, I'm going to share with you a plan for how to get free collector booster boxes for the rest of your life. The question is, how much money do you need to invest? What do the returns need to be? What are we investing in Magic? Of course. Like, yes, you could invest in the 401k and get returns and use those returns to, sorry, the 401k and the S&P 500. You can invest in the stocks and bonds and whatever markets and get returns that way and use that money to buy collector booster boxes. But that's not as fun as investing in Magic. It's also, there's benefits to investing in Magic that the S&P 500 and other stocks and bonds don't have. I'm not going to focus on those. I'm not really interested in selling you on why you should invest in Magic. I'm more of talking to the people that are already interested in investing in Magic and going to talk about what I'm going to do and what you can do if you're interested in investing in Magic. And of course, the goal, or a big part of our goal, is going to be free, like basically free Magic products, as in we invest money in Magic and then we're able to use the money gains to fund our hobby and to buy more Magic. Am I an addict? Anyways, let's move on. So this is the deal. This is the summary, the thesis. This video is not going to be the longest ever. You're welcome. 2024, the returns from investing in collector booster boxes year over year was 47%. Insane returns. That's driven by boxes like the Fallout collector booster box and Bloomborough collector booster box and Duskmourn and Foundations collector booster box. By the way, we're only talking about collector booster boxes right now. There's lots of things you can invest in with Magic the Gathering. For today, we're talking about collector booster boxes. 2024, massive returns. 2025, a little bit less so. 24%, which is still massive returns, by the way. By the way, this is after netting out fees and shipping. This is, to tell the story, you buy an Innistrad remastered booster box for $280 around release. Then the price goes up to $385 in a year. So it's been a year since Innistrad Remastered came out, and it went from that $280 to $380. After shipping and fees, you're going to, if you sell on TCG Player at TCG Low today, you're going to net $320. That's what's going to go into your bank account. So you spent $280 on the box, and you have $320 in your bank account, which means your gains are $40. That $40, $280 turning into $320 is a 14% gain year over year. So that's the math. And when you do it for all these collector booster boxes, you get massive gains from Final Fantasy and from Edge of Eternities. And then you get negative gains from Spider-Man and Avatar, where the pre-order and the prices have gone down since release. So anyways, you get the idea. All right. Using 2024 and 2025 is a kind of benchmark. What should we? I don't know. Maybe 2024 and 2025 are not replicable, although 2026 is going well, by the way. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, how like Marvel does. And anyways, we're going to talk about it. Right. Okay. So let's assume that this year, 2026, is going to be somewhere in between 2024 and 2025. That's going to be around 30% gains. That's going to be our target. We want 30% gains year over year. To buy a year's worth of collector booster boxes, for previous years, it was around $2,250. That's to buy one of each collector booster box that comes out throughout the year. So the question is, how much do we have to invest to make $2,250 so that we can buy one of each collector booster box and put it on our cute shelf or open it or whatever? How much do we need to invest to be able to basically get collector booster boxes for free? And the answer to that question, that simple question, is $7,500. If you bought, in theory, $7,500 of collector booster boxes today in a diverse portfolio, in a year, assuming a lot, there's going to be that 30% gains, and you'd be able to sell and have the money to rebuy or whatever. You'd be able to sell enough to buy collector booster boxes such that you'd still have that $7,500 original capital, but you'd also have those collector booster boxes from the new sets coming out. That's the point. Okay, very cool. So how does this look practically for this year? And that is what this is. This year, I know that some of this is past, but we don't have spoilers for what sets are coming out next year, so I couldn't go too far into the future. But this is what an investment plan would look like to accomplish that goal this year. Now, to invest the $7,500, you would need, to buy multiples, right, of each box. And so it's about 3 to 1. And so it's like if you buy 3, you can get 1 free. And so let's say that we're going to buy 4 of each collector booster box this year. So Lore and Eclipsed, we're going back in time. We bought 4 of those. We bought 4 TMNT, 4 Secrets of Strixhaven, 4 Marvel superheroes, 4 The Hobbit. We'll talk about The Hobbit. 4 Reality Fracture, 4 Star Trek. And the idea here is we're buying 4 of them, and we're going to keep them all for a year. We're going to sell 3 of each of them. And then that should cover the full spend that we spent this year. And then we get 1 of each of them to just keep. That's the idea. The prices. So Lore and Eclipsed, if you were savvy and, savvy consumer, you could pick those up for $300 each. TMNT for $350 each. Secrets of Strixhaven, $325 each. Marvel, you could get those for $450 each still today. The Hobbit, heaven help us. So the Hobbit price is just astronomical. I think they're pre-ordering for like 700 plus now. I am praying to good heaven above that price isn't just going to go up. I hope that when different game stores, when Stomping Grounds, and when Forge and Fire, and when MVP Sports and More, when these different stores do sales, that it'll be hopefully $600 or less for a Hobbit collector booster box. We'll see, though. The hype is crazy. Reality Fracture, $325. I imagine Reality Fracture will play out similar to Secrets of Strixhaven. And you could pre-order from Savvy Sites Secrets of Strixhaven for $325. And the Star Trek Universes Beyond, it's probably going to be similar to TMNT, maybe hyped up even more. So maybe $350, maybe $400. I'm just going to say $400 for the sake of this. So this year is a more expensive year. Previous years, like I said, it was about $2,250 to buy 1 of each collector booster box for the year. This year, it's $2,750, mostly driven by The Hobbit, as well as more Universes Beyond. Universes Beyond collector booster boxes. A viewer who is awesome messaged me to help correct me because the wholesale costs for Universes Beyond are greater than the wholesale costs for in-universe sets. And he shared with me the numbers. I don't have those in front of me, but anyways, more Universes Beyond means that sets are going to be more expensive. It's going to be more expensive to buy booster box of each thing throughout the year. But Universes Beyond has been very successful, so hopefully it means that the gains will be good too. Excuse me. I could honestly see this year of Magic sets being similar to 2024 with some incredible 47% growth. Just the Universes Beyond is strong, in my opinion. The fact that TMNT hasn't crashed, nothing's crashed. Everything's doing well so far this year. We'll see, I guess, how Marvel Superheroes does. Anyways, okay. Continuing on. Oh, man, time flies. Okay, so basically the sets are more expensive. We're spending $11,000. We're not spending $7,500. We're spending $11,000. But then with that 30% return, which is what we're shooting for, these are the prices that we are hoping to sell each of these at. So Lore and Eclipse, we're hoping to sell at $460. TMNT at $535. Secrets of Strixhaven at $500. We're obviously not here yet. These sets are not selling for these prices yet. But that's what a year is for. So these are the prices we're targeting sometime in 2027. The Hobbit, we need to sell the Hobbit for $917. It's possible. It's just so much money. It's crazy. Anyway, after netting out fees, that's $14,000. Total gains is $3,300. So that covers all of our collector booster boxes. We got to take one of these home and we get all of our cash back. So that 11 grand we originally spent, we have that as cash in hand to do it the next year. But we have a bonus $3,300 that you could either just keep these collector booster boxes or you could sell it and just have more money. So this is a rough plan on how to get quote unquote free collector booster boxes. I say free, but let me clarify. There's a lot of risk involved here. There is a lot of work involved here. There is, I guess that's it. It's risk and work, and it's your money. There's an opportunity cost. I guess that's the other big thing, is that this plan is you spending $11,000 of your hard-earned money and just letting it sit for a year. And you think like, what could I do with $11,000 this year? And that might be buying collections and flipping collections and making money that way. It might be, I don't know. There's lots of ways that you can make money now with $11,000. But with this, you're tying it up, you're investing it, albeit in an investment that we think is going to pay off. It's going to be like quite potent, but we'll see, right? It's just not guaranteed. So final thoughts. I think this is really cool. I love this, and I'm already doing some of this. I'm holding on to some collector booster boxes. These are the ones hopefully I'm just going to keep, but there's other collector booster boxes I have that are in a closet that's temperature controlled and that I do intend on selling. And it is, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. And so, if you've got the cash, if you've got the passion, if you're already investing for retirement and being responsible about money in your life, this is a cool way to make money work for you and a way to engage with the hobby in a way that's, in my opinion, a lot of fun. People are like, well, you could just not scalp. I live for the game that is Magic the Gathering. That's a little dramatic. I live for lots of things, my family and blah, blah, blah. But I love Magic. I love playing it. I love investing in it. I love selling it. I love buying it. And so this is just a fun way, something that enriches my life. It could enrich yours too. 11 grand is not small chump change though. So, be safe, be careful, be responsible. You can do this on a smaller scale too, obviously. But this would be the plan for if you want quote unquote free collector booster boxes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. We'll see you later.